Breaking down what the fuck is going on today. Anna Paul and Mikaela Testa drama explained. The Australian influencers are fighting. Well, not really. They're getting exposed. So Mikaela Testa dropped on YouTube a podcast called Unsaid, and the first episode is my experience with the Paul family, part 1 of 3. Anna Paul is a really big Australian influencer known for creating relatable TikTok vlogs. She's always vlogging her day in her life, her trip. Sweetheart, nice, a girl's girl. She always talks in a baby voice. She is Australia's top earner on OnlyFans. Anna Paul's whole thing is, I came from nothing. I used to live in my car. I was poor. We used to have to eat rice and I made it. Yay. She could buy these insane cars, all this designer and animals. And for a while people were like, how does she get this money? And this is before she admitted that, hey, by the way, I'm on OnlyFans and I'm actually Australia's top OnlyFans earner. And people were like, hell yeah, queen, pop off, get your bags. Thank you all for supporting me. Let me brag about my car and all my designer shit real quick. I'm problematic up until Mikaela started exposing the truth behind her brand and persona and how it's all a facade. She's not actually poor. So that's her lore. Now we have Mikaela Testa. Mikaela is known for being more emotional and raw on TikTok and just says it how it is. Mikaela comes from not so great background. Her mom was an addict and her dad passed away and she suffered through a lot of abuse and lived in like homeless shelters. She made it out on her own. In 2019, she was already signed to an agency. She was an Instagram baddie. She was influencing. She was doing very well for herself. And her and Anna in this era become best friends. They start hanging out. And that is when Mikaela meets Adis, Anna's brother. And Anna was like, oh my God, you should date my brother. Love bombed her. Mikaela and Adis start dating. And that is when Mikaela moves in. Now Mikaela's living with her boyfriend Adis, which is Anna Paul's brother. Anna Paul, her ex-boyfriend Glenn at the time they were dating, and Mama Paul with their mom, basically running an OnlyFans content house. They're always going on trips together, always vlogging it. 2022, Mikaela and Adis break up. Anna and Mikaela stay friends. I was reading some comments when people found out about Adis and Mikaela breaking up. People were devastated because they were like, oh my God, you were such a cute couple. What happened? Because everything seemed perfect, but behind closed doors, they were literally living in a Paul content house cult, as Mikaela describes it. Then in 2023, their friendship gets distant. That's when Mikaela starts posting a very vague TikToks talking about toxic friendships. And people are like, who could this be about? Remember, Anna and Mikaela were best friends. So then January 2025, Mikaela drops an 8-minute TikTok expose about Anna Paul saying she is not who you think she is, because she portrays herself as she came from nothing, from humble beginnings, rags to riches, saying that she had to eat rice to survive, that she lived in her car, that she was broke, poor. So then Mikaela exposes like, yeah, Anna actually comes from a really good background. She had a really nice car in high school. She lived in a really nice area. Yeah, growing up, she had the latest iPhone, nice clothing. Her dad had a lot of really nice cars. He lives in a van right now, but that's by choice, because people are like, Anna, if your dad's living in a van, why don't you like financially help him? It's not about that. It's by choice.
He was living in a van because he was no longer allowed to live in the house because Vildan was cheating on him. He was forced to live in the fucking van with BB and Ninja. Ninja is a big dog. Hans scraped together his last chain to get that damn van because he had burnout from the way Vildan treated him throughout all the years that he did not want to sell antiques anymore, and he couldn't even sit at a desk and look at his laptop and actually work on it. Like, he struggled so badly with mental health issues and nobody gave a fuck about him. But there was no like sympathy from Atis or Anna. Like, nobody truly cared about him. The way they spoke about their father was truly so disgusting.
She also said that when Anna would meet her fans, whenever they would walk away, she would fat shame a huge fan base of girls that look up to her. After Mikaela drops this 8-minute TikTok expose, Anna Paul makes a video basically denying all these allegations. So then in March 2025, Mikaela drops a YouTube podcast called Unsaid, and the first episode is my experience with the Paul family. She dishes out the tea of what it was like to be in the Paul family household, exposing what a terrible family they are and how they take advantage and exploit people. So Mikaela talks about how once she moved into the Paul household, she started getting emotionally, physically, and financially taken advantage of because Adis started managing her. He starts off by taking 20%, and it turns into 30, then 40. Then all of a sudden, Adis is taking 50% of Mikaela's earnings. Like, who the fuck does he think he is? Kris Jenner? She didn't need a manager, but you know, she's blinded by love. He's always flaunting. He's a wannabe crypto bro. He's always like gambling. Aside from taking 50% of Mikaela's money as her manager, he was also asking her for money for his gambling addiction. She also talks about how the Paul family was so codependent on each other. Anna, Mama Paul, and Adis, they were always together, always traveling, always hanging out all day, every day. I guess the only time that she had privacy was like after 9 p.m. Oh, and she also talks about how when Anna buys a bird and shows it off on TikTok, she'll then put it in a cage, put a blanket over it, put it in the corner, and wait for it to no longer be with us. Then she'll go buy another bird and be like, oh my God, TikTok, look at my new bird that I just got.
I wasn't ready to buy a new parrot after Quakesy passed away, which I didn't tell you guys this, and you guys ask me all the time, where's Quakesy? But guys, Quakesy is in heaven. He passed away 8 months ago.
So she recounts instances of them fat shaming people all the time. Because Mama Paul was always fat shaming all of them, especially Glenn, which was Anna's ex-boyfriend. That was her boyfriend at the time, and would also gaslight Mikaela into being like, you need to be content ready always. So from that, Mikaela developed an eating disorder. Mikaela also said that Anna would run these giveaways that were basically specifically targeted towards her younger fans and also her fans that didn't have money that aspire to have this lifestyle. So she was taking advantage of them by basically selling them all these giveaways. These giveaways were a literal fraud. She also touches on how Adis was so abusive towards her mentally, emotionally, and physically, financially, all the illies. And every time that Mikaela would try to break up with him or leave him, he would pull the card of, no, if you leave me, I'm going to hurt myself, and made her feel bad. So she felt stuck. And Mama Paul knew of this, so did Anna. And they're just like, no, don't leave him, because if you leave him, he might hurt himself and you're the only one that can fix him. But really what they meant is, do not leave our brother and move out, because then how is he gonna make money? He's not gonna have anyone to financially exploit. He would constantly break her down emotionally just to gain control. There was one instance where they got into an argument about a male TikToker, and he slammed the brakes. She started bleeding, like left her there and was like, I'm gonna go hurt myself, and then called her up 30 minutes later and was like, no, come back. She felt like she was walking on eggshells, and she was eventually just isolated on her own and made to feel like you're overreacting, like Adis is fine because he's, you know, the baby of the family. So Anna and Mama Paul were Adis's biggest fucking enablers, knowing that Adis was taking advantage of Mikaela and basically tearing her down. This girl literally suffered her whole life, finally made it, meets Anna Paul. Anna Paul, knowing that her best friend suffered, one, takes her storyline of growing up poor, rags to riches, runs with it for years, and then throws her brother onto her so he can control her money and exploit her. There was one point where Mikaela bought a really nice car. Adis was posting pictures with it, flaunting it, when really it was Mikaela who bought the car with her money. And the tea of it all is that Adis and Anna have this weird close relationship that people are like, it's like a little too close. Adis would do photography for Anna and Michaela's OnlyFans. One of their mutual friends, Bailey, tells Mikaela, hey, I think you need to like get out of this relationship, because if you don't, you're gonna come out hurt. Then there was the knife incident. Mikaela and Adis got into a fight, and she tried to leave him. He went and got a knife and was like, I'm gonna hurt myself, don't leave. And he did, and there was blood smeared everywhere, and Mikaela kept yelling out for help in the house because, like I said, they all lived together, and everyone just kind of stood there and was like, oh, like, okay. She's obviously traumatized. He just injured himself on purpose to make her not leave so he can keep control over her. And they're like, it's okay. Instead of being like, yo, like, let's get you the mental help you need. There's also a lot of allegations against Aiden. In the podcast, she talked about his name is not his real name because he is convicted of doing something really bad to someone, and the whole family has been covering it up.
I was getting literally raped by her brother this whole time. The stuff that was dripping down my leg was fucking while I'm knocked out unconscious in bed from this medication that I was taking.
This goes against everything that Anna's brand is about. A girl's girl, let's protect women, let's not exploit them. Here she is allowing her brother to do this to her best friend. Her brother is literally a fucking demon. After their breakup, Anna Paul tried to get Adis to get with one of their mutual influencer OnlyFans friends. So I guess Anna's whole thing is try to get Adis with other popular girls that are influencers and OnlyFans that make money. That way he can take advantage of them financially, gaslight them, love bomb them, and make money that way. Well, Glenn and Anna are no longer together, and there's allegations that Anna cheated on Glenn with a family friend that would always come on their trips together. So that's that lore. So yeah, that is the Anna Paul and Mikaela Testa drama explained. She's exposing them not for clout or views, but more so to get the story out there of like, do not fall for Adis Paul. Do not trust Anna. She will befriend you, throw you to Adis, and then he will control you, manipulate you, and take all your money. And the mom and the sister watch it all happen and make you feel crazy. Don't fall victim of this. There's so much like intricate lore that I couldn't really get to in this video or on this whiteboard. I will be going deeper into these topics from the podcast on my YouTube, which is going to be the extended version of my whiteboard, adding in the other two parts as they come out.